Okay. Had a little camera malfunction there. And I am using my older GoPro for this so that the newer one with the better, like, whatever, slow-mo mode can be used for that. So, I am back, and what we missed was basically me just saying I've got slow-mo mode. I've got my hardware here. So this is pulleys, you know, motor shafts, nuts, screws, stuff like that, and then I also have electronics ready to go. So got my servos for, I got extra servos for a filament cutter, and just a bunch of switches, a binky encoder. That's about it. So there's not really a lot of electronics to this, at least yet. Okay, so what I'm going to start with, let's see, I need the nuts for T5 nuts. M3, M5, okay. So I've got, these are the feet that I'm putting on, and I don't think I'm going to be using these. I'm eventually going to build an enclosure and I'll mount the Tradrack to that. But for now, this will help keep it stable on the workbench as I am to use a little bit of Loctite on these. Same thing on the other side. These are M5 by 10. Probably got enough Loctite on the bench just to use that. Okay. So I have not cut this extrusion to any particular lengths. This was just a spare extrusion I had laying around. Since I don't know the exact dimensions of the system that I'm going to be mounting it to yet, I haven't bothered with measuring and cutting and all that. So eventually I'll probably wind up even using a different mounting system for this. But we're going to get started. So there we are at the end of this first step. Actually, I'm going to put these over here. Okay, so I am following the mechanical build instructions, which is the PDF that is on the GitHub account. So I will make a few deviations from that. Oh, that's cool. I didn't notice they had the RNL in there. Mainly adding an encoder and those lane modules that I talked about earlier. Gonna tighten these up. Okay, those are good. I do have a torque driver, and they do list torques for these, but it is not like a micro torque driver. So like I should be able, like some of these torques ratings, most of them are below 3 Newton meters, and it's just, mine goes all the way up from, you know, in increments, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and it's hard to get that low, so I'm just hand tightening most of these. Okay, for the rail, that's right, I'm over here. The rail is the next step. So I cleaned this rail yesterday with alcohol and then added some, since this one's not going to be doing anything inside a heated enclosure, I used sewing machine oil, which is something that I kind of like for these. These aren't the most expensive rails by any means. I just picked this up. So I think this is a 300 millimeter rail, or is it a 200? I'd have to check. Let me look real quick. This is a 300 millimeter rail. So I am going to put this essentially right in the middle. And spacing doesn't really matter. Now there is a printed tool guide that helps you center these. What I don't like about the MGN9 rail on 2020 extrusion is it doesn't like to, you really have to be careful not to slip it down into the middle. And I should have printed more than one of these, but so what I'm going to do, let's see, these are M3 by 8. So I'm going to use the M3 roll-in spring nuts here. So I'm going to start I think I'll need about 6 or 7 of these. It doesn't need to be every one. I usually, when I put these on, it's every other one. The trick is not losing the carriage when you're doing this, because if you do, the ball bearings inside the carriage will go everywhere. You will lose them. It can be a pain. So I usually don't even put those last ones on right away. And let's see, I'm gonna just dab a little. So what is nice about that is I can use that as a carriage stop while I get the last of these in place. One thing I'm probably going to wind up doing is accidentally getting Loctite on this rail and then have to re-clean it, and Lord knows. Come on now. Got one more to put on here. Okay, so I'm going to slide this in from this side. The directions have two dimensions on this. They have 18 millimeters marked here, and then they have another one where it just doesn't specify and says dimension not critical. So I'm taking that to mean that 18 millimeters is the length of this after it gets on there. And I don't know if that's going to be critical or not. I kind of like things to be in the middle, but just looking at the docs real quick. I don't see any reason why it couldn't be in the middle. It's just, I think the end stop assembly, the pulley assembly basically has to be 18 millimeters from the start of the rail. I think that is the important part. Once you put this on, you really got to be careful about losing that carriage. Okay. So for me, I'm just going to leave this out here, and then I'll measure 18 millimeters for that other piece and where that goes. Okay. So what I'm going to do here, make sure that is aligned, and then tighten just one down. Tighten it down. It is not tightening down. No. Okay, and then go to the other end and make sure it's lined up. And I'm going to do these two last because these are currently like holding that, keeping it from going out. Okay, and for now, I'm going to put these end stops in. Basically, I shouldn't have any trouble sliding this along the center. And if I do, it's misaligned. So that's what I'm testing. Okay, I think we're good. So this should slide pretty freely. Only the really, really good rails are, in my experience, either the rail or the carriage is always, and it's more trouble than it's worth to mess with it. As long as you can get it to be pretty smooth, you're going to be okay. Especially in a non-heated setup. Okay, so the next step looks like to put the end stop on the right rail. So that is this thing, and it goes like so. M3 by 8. Okay, that looked good. And next we're putting the drive assembly, the selector drive end. So this should say right. It does, so I can take this off of here. So that should stop it. Okay, so now what we're going to do is flip this around. So what I'm going to be doing, I need this, I need this, I need this. I think that's it for now. Might need this. I don't know if I'll need that or not. It actually looks kind of broken, so I might have to reprint whatever that is. 4-minute part. Okay, so this is gonna go on here, and then I think it's either that or like this. Yeah. Yep, it's like this. So this will go on here. And then this will go like so. And then this, I believe, goes on here like this. And then the motor gets mounted right there. So I need to do some heat set inserts, I believe, as my next step. Or as a step. So I'm going to get my heat set insert out. Hi, Yellow Bell. Oh, sweet, that one has a tip with it, so I don't even have to worry about which one's the right size. Okay. Very helpful.